Today is the first day back to school for tens of thousands of students and teachers in the Inland Northwest, and that includes our biggest school district in our area, Spokane Public Schools.
So this morning, if you can't tell, we have Spokane Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Swinyard with us here. So Dr. Swinyard, one of the biggest things we want to talk about is what are the priorities for SPS for this school year?
Yeah, we'll continue to have a huge focus on getting kids off of screens, and we started that last year. Off of screens in the classroom. In the afternoons, we want them in an activity, out of their homes, off of those screens, doing something in real life. And now we're starting to talk about not taking those screens to bed with you, really focusing on sleep health. Kids are losing way too much sleep, and it's having a detrimental impact on their ability to get up and just their overall wellness. So we're going to continue to emphasize shifting those routines away from screens.
Let's continue to talk about that. This is year 2 of the cell phone ban. Yeah. Spokane Public Schools really led the way in many ways for area school districts across our region, but also in the state. Can you talk about what were some of the key results that you guys found and the benefits from the reduced screen time? And will there be any changes to the policy?
Yeah, we're just going to continue to focus on consistency, and it was overwhelmingly positive, and we heard great feedback from kids, although it was a transition.
Of course.
We've seen a massive increase in extracurriculars. We've seen an increase in attendance, reduction in behaviors. The library collections in our middle schools have exploded, where kids are checking out more books. And so we're really seeing some positive shifts, and it's a great example of how when we take community collective action, we can really make a difference. When you're a parent and you're talking with your child and you can reference that other families are having the same conversation about these healthy routines, it just makes us all stronger together.
And it was actually really interesting at our church, at youth group, we actually mimicked the cell phone ban as well. We thought it was going to be a fight, but they were actually already used to it. They were like, we're already doing this in school.
Yeah, kids have transitioned really well. And we spent a lot of time, prior to last school year talking about the why. Why is it important for us to build healthy habits away from screens? What are the negative impacts? Kids want to know the why, and we believe that it's really important to share that with them and have that community conversation, and was a huge part of the success in the transition.
And one big topic of conversation besides the cell phone ban, nationally we're seeing funding be cut from education. Where does SPS stand in terms of funding right now?
Well, we're really fortunate to have a balanced and sustainable budget, although we've had to cut $30-ish million the last few years. And so that has been a reduction in the number of adults working in our classrooms. We've been really fortunate to have a really steady plan to contract with attrition. So we're making adjustments. We're dealing with record high inflation like everyone else. Chicken nuggets cost more, diesel cost, everything costs more. And so we're making those adjustments. We have a sustainable budget. We just signed a new collective bargaining agreement with our labor partners. And so we're really on a positive trajectory for the future, although there's a lot of volatility in several places related to public education. Here in Spokane, it's steady as she goes.
And this year, this school calendar is the last time we'll experience it as we know it, because the next school year we'll be switching to a balanced schedule. Can you tell us more about the balanced calendar, I should say, and why the decision was made to move to that calendar?
Yeah, well, we spent the last couple of years, having some real great dialogue around our calendar, and the school calendar's been the same for quite some time. And we're just looking at condensing summer, by a couple days. We're not talking weeks, we're talking days, and really looking to build in a break about every 6 to 8 weeks. It's a long summer for kids, but also there's some really long stretches in the school year, and we're seeing a lot of absences from kids, from staff, and some of the feedback is, let's try something different, and then let's evaluate how it goes. And so not this school year, but next school year, we'll start a little bit sooner, and then families will see some breaks that we haven't seen before. For example, there'll be a week off in October.
I wish I got a week off in October.
Last big topic, you guys have launched the Together Spokane initiative. So as families go back to school, they're noticing things happening in their communities. What are some things that the Together Spokane initiative would bring to our community?
Yeah, well, 58 school buildings, 30,000 kids. Since the early 2000s, our community has had a long-range plan to steadily invest in our facilities. We can't wait 40 or 50 years and stop and say, we're going to fix up 58 buildings. We have to do it a little chunk at a time. It's been a really successful strategy. The ballot initiative in November will add 2 cents to the community's existing bond bill. So we have a bond bill. It'll be in place because we add bonds. We pay them off, and then we add bonds on to have that steady as you go pace. Really great partnership with the Parks Department. It's over 200 projects citywide, every school, every neighborhood, every park. Renovations to old facilities, new playground sets, renovated restrooms, additional courts, fields, investments in the arts, indoor aquatics. There's just a lot of different variety in the project, really trying to bring a great value and knowing that participation is exploding. We have soccer fields with 8 teams practicing in a 1-hour time slot. So it's a good problem to have, but we're out of space.
Yeah. Dr. Adam Swinyard, can I give you the last word? What do you want to say to families watching this morning?
Yeah, well, you know what? It's always a great day when it's the first day, and we just really want to celebrate the school year for kids. And you're only a 4th grader once, you're only a kindergarten once, and we've got literally thousands of loving, caring adults that are looking forward to welcoming our kids back to schools and really celebrating the role that education plays in our community.
All right,
Well, thank you, Dr. Swinyard.
Appreciate it.